Hey guys, welcome back to me talking to you guys again. Here we are again talking about our problems, venting, figuring things out together because we are in this together, always. So, today's talk is in loving memory of my bestest friend ever, Rachel Kim. And no, she didn't die. I kind of made it sound like she died. She didn't die. She's just in America for college. My girl is doing so well, but I miss her so much because I'm still in Korea. I'm planning on going to college next year because I graduate next year. So, I can't wait to go see her, but we are going to be talking about moving on from things. It doesn't mean I'm moving on from her. I'm just saying, like, we're talking about that. So, if you guys, for this talk, I'm going to actually have to be able to explain to you guys about my relationship with her. So, I'll be showing you guys who this girl is. I know that, like, the people who know my Instagram know Rachel because, like, she was always on my stories. Like, this girl and I were, like, always together. So, here's a really cute picture of us that I like. Oh, hope you guys can see that. Yeah. So this is me and Rachel. It is not the best picture of her, but, like, let me tell you, she is gorgeous. Like, she is gorgeous. We're just, like, cute together here. So, yeah, that's Rachel. And this girl and I have been best friends, soulmates, twin flames, whatever you call it, for over 10 years now. So for over 10 years, I have never actually been fully alone. Even in my deepest, darkest moments, she's seen me through, like, the worst shit ever. Like, she's seen me through my worst days ever. She's seen me through everything. And she was always there for me, even though we didn't meet up as much as we wanted to, because we used to only meet up, like, once a month. Once a month is lucky, because she was always preparing for college. I was just surviving life. We were both busy in our own ways, so we never really met up that much. But just the thought that she was near me, like, near me, where I could actually just hop on a train and go see her, was comforting enough for me, because it made me feel like I wasn't alone, and she was always there for me, at least online. And the thing is, when I always knew that this day was coming where she had to leave for America because she has a future to live, she has dreams to live out. So proud of my girl, but I always knew that this day was coming, but it never really felt real to me because she was always there for at least 10 years of my life. We actually had, like, 1 year where we were kind of ripped apart, like, really physically ripped apart. We had no contact of each other for, like, at least a year, but somehow she found me again. So this girl is my everything, aside from a boyfriend, but she was my everything, and, like, it was just getting closer and closer for her to leave. And when I actually realized that I had to say goodbye to her, it was so hard for me. Of course it was, but it was so fucking hard for me because I knew that things would never be the same again. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. Moving on from certain points of your life, moving on from a certain chapter of your life, because no matter who you are and where you are in your life, everything changes with time. Nothing stays the same, not the good, not the bad, nothing changes. Like, no, nothing stays the same. Everything changes. So it's only natural to move on from some parts of your life. With her going to America and living out her dreams, I knew that a chapter of our friendship was closing. Because for the longest time, she has been the main character of my book, of my life. And she still is. But it was just another chapter opening, and we could both feel that so much. It was time to let go of some things and move on with our lives. We're basically growing up, that's what I mean. Growing up. Moving on and growing up. Right now, I'm not scared of growing up because I realize that I'm gonna have more freedom when I grow up, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna have way more responsibilities as well. It's scary to grow up, to be honest. I'm ready, but I am scared. I don't think I'll ever not be scared because I don't know how to be an adult. No one knows how to be an adult, to be honest. Even the adults don't know how to be an adult. It's just way more responsibilities and stuff to do. But just her leaving really just put it in my mind that we are growing up. The first time I saw her was at church in second grade. Second grade. And now my girl's off to college. And now I'm going to college next year. It's crazy how fast time flies. it's crazy growing up. It's crazy about me having to move on from things that I thought was going to be permanent. Like, I know that our friendship is going to be permanent. I know it will. But nothing is really permanent. I knew that it wasn't ever going to be the same between us, and it isn't. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that things aren't the same, because I'm actually doing fine. Like, I'm actually doing fine. I'm actually just living my life, and she's living hers. We always catch up with each other. We always talk to each other every day almost. And we're still as close as ever. It's just, you know those TV shows where it's like a friend group just goes their own path, like the part of the show where I hated that part of the show. Like, any show I watched where like they all are like, oh well, I got a job here, and like another person's like, oh well, I gotta move with like my wife or husband over there. They have to go their own paths, but you know that things will never be the same, but it's always gonna be the same in some way. But you still have to move on from some things. And it's never easy. Like, I'm still not over it, to be honest. Like, I still look at the pictures that we took together. And do you guys know that like song called Ribs by Lorde? I hope you guys know, because it is a good ass song. Like, whenever I hear that, oh, all I think about is Rachel. All I think about is her. All I think about is the late night walks we used to have. And I miss her so much. I miss that part of my life. I miss that part of my life where she was there. But I have to move on, right? I have to move on, because sometimes moving on is the best for you. Sometimes moving on is just, it's a path to better things. Because change isn't always bad. Like, change isn't always a bad thing. Yeah, change might suck at first. Of course it sucks. Because you're not used to things. You're not used to it. Change is basically you being forced to get used to some situation or something that you're not used to. But who knows if that change is going to bring the better out of the situation. Yeah, me and Rachel can't meet physically right now. But I know that I'm going to live with this girl at least once in my life. I know that we're going to move in together when we're both adults, we're both in America, and when we can both have the freedom that we want. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to happen. I feel like for bigger things to happen into your life, bigger, better things to happen, you have to move on from some things. I still struggle with it, but you know, I'm trying. And also, this does not even just like apply with people and stuff like that. Or situations. It might be experiences. Of course, not traumatic ones, because it's literally impossible, so impossible for me to get over my traumatic incidents, but I'm still trying. But you know, it's okay. You don't have to force yourself to heal right away. You're getting there. Moving on from like mistakes, problems, things that you did. Moving on from them. Realizing that you grew up. Realizing that you are a better person than the person you were when you made those mistakes, when you made those problems. I think that is the most important thing. I hope it makes sense. It's like, you can't go back to the past and change what happened. You can't go back to the past and fix up your mistakes, fix up the problems that you made, but the best that you can do is honestly just realize that you are a different person now. Realize that you are a different person now. Realize that you know that those were mistakes. You know that those were problems that you had. And tell yourself that you've grown, because you have. Like, everyone grows. You have to go through those kind of things to actually grow and get better from them, which I'm so proud of. I'm so proud of it. It might be painful at first. It might be embarrassing. It might be annoying at first. But because of those things, you grow. And you never make those mistakes or problems again. Or at least you know what's coming. I think that's special. I think we have to embrace change. Even though it is a bitch to embrace it, even though it is annoying to have to move on from things that were the most favorite parts of your lives, even if you have to move on from things that were once the best part of your life, moving on is necessary for better things. That is my mindset. You don't have to agree with me, but it is my mindset. Because what else am I gonna do? What else am I gonna do? Like, I'm forced to change because life is always changing. We are always changing. Everything is always changing 1 second at a time. What am I gonna do if I don't accept it? Getting attached to this part of my life, getting attached to this person in my life, when everything is changing and new for me, is only gonna make it more difficult for me. So I think change is beautiful. No matter what it is, change is beautiful. And it will bring better things, even if it hurts at first. I am trusting the process because I need that to happen to me. I need it to happen to me. So, yeah. That was me talking about change. Growing up. Growing out of chapters that was once the whole book to me. And just starting a new page. Because you're always gonna have to start a new page no matter what. And I trust that it's gonna get good for you. It's gonna be okay. We're in this together again. You and me. Always going through changes, good or bad. But we always go through those sparks of moments where it's worth it, I guess. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to me. I miss Rachel so much. I miss you. I don't even know if she'll ever see this because she don't really have the time, but yeah, I love her so much. And I love you guys so much, okay? So, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that we can both grow together. We are. We always are. But yeah, I love you so much. Peace out.